back to my channel. It's Lizzie Vapes here. It's Tuesday. It's Tag Tuesday. And before we start the tag, let's do some updates. First update is I'm still working on this painting. And I haven't gotten very far because I am doing that custom for somebody. The custom is going well. I am getting a little bit I don't know what you would call it, frustrated. I don't know. I find that the faces are looking a little pixelated and it's a little bit bothering me. I know it is a diamond painting and it's not going to look like a portrait, but I don't know. I'm just feeling awkward about it, to say the least. You know what? I got these tips and I don't know if I'm liking them or not. I think I'm going to switch it up because I'm not liking it. Maybe because it's on that pen. I don't know. Stitch C411 swears by them, but maybe I'm just too used to this one. I don't know. But instead of fighting with it, I'm just going to change my pen. How about that? That's what I'm going to do. So, tag questions today. I'm going to do best friend tag. I'm running out of tags. I think I might have to just change Tuesdays to a whip and chat because the tags are going few and far between. I feel like they're always repeating themselves. And I don't think you guys want to hear the same thing over and over again from my mouth. So, have the best friend tag and maybe some funny question tags too with it rolled into one. And the first question it says is, have you ever had best friend drama? I don't remember us having best friends drama. We probably did. I know one time we were mad at each other and I didn't talk to her. And she had her husband call me, okay? Oh yeah, this is the four-placer. I don't know if I can do that, guys. I'm gonna change the four-placer to the three-placer. Not really comfortable with the four-placer yet, especially with square. Okay, she got her husband to call me. That's her famous move, which is fine, whatever. I don't care, but it's not like it's happened a lot because we don't really fight, because we don't really, probably because we don't really hang out as much anymore. Sure, there probably was drama in our drinking days, but it was never really drama between the two of us. So yeah, I don't think we have drama. Do we have any best friend traditions? Not really, other than we always try to make time out once a week to get together and diamond paint down at the Pink Raspberry. That's her thing, me and Mo. So, well, before I say anything, my best friend is Mo. So I should tell you who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Mo. If you watch Rambling Rose's video, you'll see Mo. because Rose interviews her in the Pink Raspberry Tour, Part 1. That's my friend Mo. She's been my friend for 26 years. Pretty much, no, I'm lying. 23 years we've been friends. Pretty much since we both were pregnant with our middle children. So, what was the question again? Oh, the tradition, yeah. So we just go, we try to make time out for each other, go out for lunch once a week, or go for lunch and go to the Pink Raspberry. Whatever we do, we try to make time out once a week for each other. I'm not really into drinking and partying anymore. Mo likes to have parties at her house, have people over for drinks. Sometimes I'll go, but more likely I don't go. And it's not because I don't like her parties. It's just that I'm over that. I don't want to do that anymore. And I like to drink, but I don't like to drink. How do I say this? I do like to drink, and I do like to have fun and drink. But it's not something that I feel like I need to do every weekend. Or to have a good time that I need to drink. I don't feel like I need to do that. Ever since Alyssa was born, my partying days had stopped. And I don't miss it. And I could care less about it. Now, why is that? I don't really know, but do I have to justify that I don't want to drink anymore? Like, my father was an alcoholic, so I feel like, I don't know if that turns me away from drinking. I don't know. It's not like I have never gotten drunk. Like, in my 20s, I used to party a lot. Like, to the point of it being too much. And I honestly did not know how I did it back then because I worked a lower paying job. I had 2 kids. Granted, they went every other weekend to their dad's, and I would party. I also dated a guy that drank and partied a lot. So it just came hand in hand. But when I was him, I was mainly designated driver, so I didn't drink that much. Like, I didn't drink when I was with him because I would be the one that was going to drive us home. I was the responsible one in the relationship. And I would hang out with him till 3 or 4 in the morning until he decided he was done drinking to go home. If you don't call that love, I don't know what is. But in the end, he burns me, as do most men in my life have. I don't know how this came off topic of me drinking and my ex-boyfriend. Oh, I can get off topic really easily sometimes, and I just don't know why I think of these things. But yeah, I don't know how I got on that topic. favorite memories together. I think my favorite memory with Mo is we went to a bachelorette party one time in Niagara Falls. And I just feel like it's a good memory because we were, of course we were with other friends and everything, but that's the first time me and Mo actually went away and did anything really together out of our town. And we basically stuck together in the group. And I just find that, and we ended up going to the male strippers, which was fine, and then we went to a bar afterwards, and then we walked back to the hotel. Like, I don't know if anybody's been in Niagara Falls, and you know, like, the strips and stuff, but our hotel, I think, was on Lundy's Lane, and I'm pretty sure the strip bar was way down Lundy's Lane, or off of it. And then we hit a club on the way back towards going to the hotel again. And then when we got to the hotel, we ended up walking. We weren't too far from Clifton Hill. So we walked down Clifton Hill and we went to the old casino. So we walked all the way down there. And I don't know if anybody knows Clifton Hill, but it is one heck of a hill that you have to go up and down. And I kind of call Clifton Hill, kind of looks like, it looks a little bit like a Vegas strip, but not really. Like, it's like Canadians' version of Vegas, which isn't much. But anyway, that's how I feel Niagara Falls is. Here is like a very miniature version of Vegas. So we ended up walking down there at 4 o'clock in the morning down to the casino. And we hung out there for a while. I think we didn't even go to bed till like 6 o'clock in the morning that night. But we just had a fun weekend, just the two of us. Well, we were with other people too, but you know what I mean, like hanging out at my friend's bachelor party, which now she is divorced, so yeah. Maybe she'll get married again. We could go to another bachelorette party. I don't know, but we'll see. I love that friend too, and I hope she's doing well. She moved away from town, and I'm thinking of her. That's all I gotta say about her. Have we ever liked the same person? No. Mainly because the whole time I've known Mo, she's been married. So it's not like we talk about, oh, we both like the same guy and we're fighting over them. No, it's not like that. We don't have a relationship like that because she is married. I am not. The whole time I've known her, she's been married to the same man that I think I consider him like a brother to me. I love Fred, or he's the godfather of my daughter, Alyssa. And when Alyssa was baptized in the Catholic Church, you have to have one Catholic or two Catholic godparents, or you can have one that isn't Catholic. So that is why her godmother is Catholic and her godfather, Fred, is not Catholic. That is why I could not have Mo as her godmother, because I had one already picked that was Catholic, which is my best friend, my sister Helen's best friend. Bonnie, which is, well, my good friend. I consider her family. She is my daughter Alyssa's godmother. Her and my sister Helen practically raised Alyssa while I was working. Like when I worked the weekends, my daughter Alyssa would always be with them at their trailer. Like my sister Helen lives with Bonnie, they're best friends, and they live together, and they would watch my daughter Alyssa while I was at work. And I think I got all the ones, so I can switch. Seems like every time I start my videos with you guys, I'm working on ones. That needs to stop. I don't know if I could get to the next row, if it's going to start showing the X-rated versions, because right now all I see is color blobs. But like I said, I'm not very far on this painting to know anything yet. Oh, see guys? Oh, I'm a scatterbrain. I am a scatterbrain. I'm not done with the ones. What the heck am I saying? And I didn't even get them out of my tray. Well, if anybody wants to know, this is my Archer Crafts, is it? Tray. And I also have the grinder. I bought it before I started my channel. I also have the grinder that matches. This is the one that I said I couldn't find, and it was underneath the couch. And then Lola must have just took the lid into the kitchen. She didn't chew it. She's lucky, or she wouldn't have any teeth anymore. She's sleeping beside me, and she don't care. And Gigi took off. I don't know where Gigi went. But anyway, I like this tray, and you don't see me using it too much because of this reason. You gotta lift up so high to put your diamonds down, and you see, it's kind of high for me. That's why I don't use it as much. It's not that I don't like the tray. I'll put a link down in the description below where I got this from. I think it was like $12 American, and I don't know how much Canadian I paid for it. Probably a lot. Oh no, I just turned off my light pad. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause so I can turn on my light pad again, because I can see, but I need my light pad. Hi everyone, I'm back. I also took a washroom break and a vape break while I was fixing my light pad. I don't know why, but lately the cord's been acting super sensitive. I don't want to break down and buy another light pad. Actually, to note, I was watching a YouTuber review a light pad and I really liked it. It was white. What was it? Was it from Crafty Mints? Maybe. They want $100 and some dollars Canadian. I'm like, forget it. I can't justify paying $100 for a light pad. I don't care who you are. But I ain't paying that much for a light pad. Not when I paid only $20 for this one and it works just fine. It's small, but I can move it around. It's not like I do a big gigantic section, right? Those are my views. And I am sticking with it. Okay. My iPad charger box gets super hot. Because I have to plug in my iPad because my daughter always lets it completely die. Because I had to go steal it out of her room because I can't look this up while I'm using my phone to record. So I have to use the iPad, and she always has it like dead when I get it. I should have gave Sarah this iPad and kept the newer version that I bought. I bought myself a newer version iPad Air, and I bought it for myself, and I'm like, I didn't really use it. So, and Alyssa uses this one more than I do, the iPad more than I do. So my daughter was in college, and I just gave it to her, and she still has it. I told her she better never sell it or I'll kick her butt, because I paid a lot of money for it. But I think she likes it. I only say that because one time I bought her a very expensive gift, and her boyfriend had moved out of my house and decided they were going to get their own apartment and they're going to live life. And I knew they weren't ready yet, but they seemed to think they were. And then they ended up getting so broke that she ended up selling it for money. And I was super upset because I struggled to buy that for her. So it kind of hurt. So that's really why I stopped buying my kids expensive gifts, because I don't want them to sell it. So that's why I stopped buying my older kids stuff for Christmas. And then my son did it too. He sold some stuff that I bought him. And that's why Christmas for those guys have stopped. Now, last year I did buy Sarah and Dylan a few little things, but not like I used to before, when I stopped buying Christmas presents altogether. So, yeah. I don't know how I got into the topic of that again. None of these questions are relating to Mo at all. Sorry, Mo. I don't know what I'm doing. Nice things. Oh, what's the nicest thing you've ever done for each other? I think, I don't know. We always help each other out. If she's having troubles, I'll help her out. If I'm having troubles, I know that I can count on them and they'll help me out. The poor girl has seen me go through so many breakups and relationships, and she's always been there for me. And I thank her for that. And I know probably a married woman doesn't want to hear my single life drama, but she never says anything. And she tells it how it is, and sometimes it's what I need to hear. But in the same fact too, like, let's just say, like, I know when I break up with someone, I don't want to be somewhere where I'm not wanted. But I know that, say with Raymond, we broke up. And I didn't want to be somewhere I wasn't wanted. But yet, and the same fact is, I think if I said no, I'm not leaving, he probably wouldn't have made me go. I don't know. Like, why does he keep the one he's with now, even though he's told her he doesn't want to be with her and she won't leave? Like, I could have been a bitch like that and said, no, I'm not leaving. Fuck you. But then do I want to be with a guy that I know that's going behind my back cheating on me with somebody else because I won't leave? No, I don't think I want that either. Do I want to be in a relationship miserable with somebody that I know doesn't love me? No. They always think the grass is greener on the other side, but really, is it? Because then why do they come crawling back to me after? Sometimes I don't know. I have very low self-esteem. And basically, it's from the men that I've been with that make me feel that way. Because I feel like all men ever want me for is one thing. And I'm not good enough to be in a relationship. But I'm good enough to sleep with. You know what I mean? Like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm the only one that feels this way. But I'm sure there's other people that feel just the way that I do. I was married a long time ago, and I got married at a young age, and here I go off topic again, but I just feel like I need to say this stuff, like, I don't know, but I know that Mo is always there for me to help me through my difficult times, as if I'm there for her when she is having marital problems. She knows that I will always be there to listen to her, because sometimes, you know, when you're married, you just gotta vent a little bit about your spouse, because if you're married and you don't fight or you don't scrabble with your husband, then there's something wrong with you, because it's not healthy. And that was one problem that me and Raymond never had, is we barely ever fought. I only remember 2 bad fights in our whole relationships, both times. 1 each time. No. I'm lying. Probably, maybe a handful in 6 years altogether. 6 to 7 years. And that it's not bad at all. But 2 of them were super bad. Like, he's a redhead, and I tell you, don't piss off a redhead, because they go crazy like. They do. Like, I don't know, but it's like, he wasn't violent or anything. It's just like, oh, I don't even know how to explain it. He just gets, and then he feels bad after he gets like that. Oh, it's a long story. Whatever. I don't want to talk about Raymond right now. Let's change the topic. Oh yeah, the dogs are now in their bed because they decided they want to go out at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the washroom. Like, no, it's too early. Not going out yet. Where did you guys meet? Okay, the funny story is I met Mo. Okay, we're gonna go back years ago. I was still married when I met Mo, but we weren't like best friends yet at this point. But the whole reason I met them was actually because of my ex-husband. So if it wasn't for my ex-husband, I would have never met all my friends that I used to hang out with all the time. And I met a friend named Tess, and she was friends with this guy that used to drive cab. My ex-husband at one point was driving the cab in town. My ex-husband has so many jobs, like, you guys don't even know. So they used to play CB tag. Stupid, but that's what they used to do back then. And they'd all hang out at the, it used to be A&P, but now it's called Food Basics. Like, if you're in Canada, you know what Food Basics is. It's just a grocery chain store. So in that plaza, in the parking lot, they'd all hang out there or whatever. And then I met Tess, which led me to meet her sister Anne and her husband Mike. And they all lived in Watford. Now, Watford's a little town just outside of Strathroy. It's about maybe 15 to 20 minutes away. So they all lived there in a place we used to call Melrose Place because there was always drama in this complex. Later, that's kind of how I got intertwined with Alyssa's dad. And yeah, that's a whole other story that I don't even know if I want to share on YouTube because I did things I was not proud of. But anyways, we would all go to the bar in Strathroy. And I would usually be designated, I'm always designated driver, people. I don't know why, but I always am. Because I'm the only responsible one that will not drink and drive. But anyways, so this night, oh, I think, oh no, I wasn't pregnant yet. No, I wasn't pregnant yet with Alyssa. But anyways, so, I don't know where my husband was. He must have not been with me because who would be watching Sarah? Maybe it was just me and Teresa that went out that night. But anyway, because we didn't ever get, I don't remember. Or she could have been at my mom's. Was Jay with me? I don't even remember if my ex-husband. This is how much I freaking remember about my ex-husband. I don't even remember if he was there that night or not. Isn't that sad? Oh boy. Where's the plus sign? Oh, right here. I'm like, I hope I've been putting the plus sign on this and not the ones. Oh dear. So, we're all at the bar, and it was at the end of the night. We went to Tim Hortons to get probably coffee for the drive back to Watford, because I used to have to drive them back to Watford. Then I probably drove back to Strathroy. I don't even remember, but I don't think I spent the night there. But anyways, these two, a guy and a girl, were fighting in the parking lot, like fighting, yelling and screaming at each other. And my friend Tess is like, we have to give them a ride back to Watford. I'm like, what, these guys? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, this is my first impression of Mo and Fred. And I'm like, what the hell are they yelling about? Like, I didn't get why they were fighting because I didn't know what they were fighting about. Then I found out it's about a girl, but whatever. And they were just dating at this time. They weren't married yet. And let's go with 0. Before, where is it? Just hold on, people. I need to figure out what I'm going to do next. Why don't I see any? Oh, they're there. So, I'm like, and then they started, first they were fighting inside, like in between the washrooms. Like if you go to Tim Hortons and you walk in, there's a door, and then you walk into that door, and then there's the bathroom. So in that little foyer, they're fighting there. And then they're like, they're going to call the cops on you. So they brought it outside, and they're yelling in the car. And I'm like, both of you guys, get your, I probably swore, asses in my car right now before the cops show up. And that was my first impression when I met her. Yeah, her and Fred fighting. And me telling them to get their asses in the car. And I had to drive them back to Watford. Whether they're fighting all the way back to Watford, I don't remember. But yeah. And all I kept on thinking to myself is like, Teresa, who the heck are these people you got me tied in with? But yeah, what is that? One that's not even supposed to be there. Yeah, so that was my first impressions of Mo. How long did it take you guys to become best friends? It took a long time. We hung out all together. It was a group of us friends. We all hung out together. And then just the past, I'd say 15 years, me and Mo grow closer together than anybody else. And we basically stuck it out. Probably longer than 15 years. Probably 20 years. But they've always been there for me. I've always been there for them. And I love them to death. Both her and Fred. If they ever broke up, I don't know what I'd do. Because I can't picture them not being together. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do you guys know each other's deep, darkest secrets? Yes, we do. And I'm not about to tell anybody them, nor will she ever tell anybody mine. But I'm pretty much an open book. I don't really have deep, dark secrets. Everybody knows my deepest, darkest secrets. I only have one bad secret. It's not even a secret, but I've only done one really bad thing in my life, I find. And I don't regret it, because if I did regret it, I would have never had my daughter Alyssa, that I love with all my heart. And I have been a mom and a dad to her for the last 15 years. Would I change that? No. I made a decision, and I live by that decision. And I think I did a pretty good job of raising a pretty good kid that any mom should be proud of. I think I did a pretty good job on all of them, even though Tyler made me pull out my hair a few times. Craziness. You don't even know my son, what my son has done. Oh dear. Do you guys have any favorite songs together? No. there's some bar songs that we used to like in the olden days that we used to dance to at the bar. Maybe that. But one song that doesn't really remind me of each other, but it does remind us of our friend Linda, who passed away a few years ago on Christmas Eve. And she loved New Orleans is Sinking from the Tragically Hip. And every time it played at the good old Derb, which the poor Derb is not there anymore, that used to be our bar, Linda would jump up and start dancing to that song. In our finest memories of the Tragically Hip, New Orleans is Sinking is Linda, and it's unfortunately that the lead singer of the Tragically Hip died of cancer. And I watched their last concert and it was awesome. And yeah, hopefully Linda and him are dancing in the sky to New Orleans is Sinking. Does your best friend remind you more of her mom or her dad? She reminds me a lot of her mother. Her mother passed away before my mother passed away. And it was devastating to her. It was unexpected. Like, it wasn't just like her mom died in her sleep. They found her in the morning. And it wasn't like she was sick in the hospital and she knew her mother was gonna die. It was like a sudden death, like my brother. And it was horrible. But she, like, I know if her mom was alive, her mom would love diamond painting. I just know she would have. She would have got into this hobby just like we are. Because she loved bingo and stuff like that. Stuff that we used to always do. Like, we used to always go bingo together. Her mom, me, and Mo. So I think she reminds me more of her mom. Plus, she's not talking to her dad right now. Long story. But he chose his new wife over his family, which isn't right, but whatever. Name 3 things you both completely agree on. I don't really know, because me and Mo don't always agree on everything. That one's a hard one to answer. But I think I'm going to wrap that up because I think I've been talking way too much. And I am done with this Tag Tuesday. I hope I didn't scatterbrain too much for you guys. And I'm going to try to work on this a little bit longer today. I have 2 unboxings to do that I have not gotten the energy to film yet. It won't be up until next week. I have to do Bling Bling Wednesday today at some time because I have to work Wednesday, so I have to start that up. And I'm not sure if I got any mail coming from AliExpress today. I don't even know. I got a package yesterday from them. I tried doing some character minders myself. And I got glue all over my hands. They're just starting to feel better now. I was scrubbed and scrubbed them. But yeah, I have those. that I did, and maybe I'll show them. I don't know. I'm making them more for the pink raspberry, for them to sell the pink raspberry. I don't think I'm going to make them to open up an Etsy shop. I just making them really for fun and for myself and for my friends. I figure that could be birthday gifts, maybe give out some gifts to people that I know on YouTube. Maybe I'll do a giveaway on some. I want to go back and get some more, or I'll wait to pick some up from the US, because a package of them here in Canada is $9.98 of the little animals or whatever kind of buttons that you want to get. And in the US, you can buy them for $1.98 a pack. So $1.98 a pack or $10.98. See the difference? I couldn't believe the difference in the price. From like severe ripoff at Fabricland. Like, no wonder the doors, nobody was in the flippin' store. So then they have like a sewing club membership, and I thought you pay $25 and then you can get buttons for 50% off. And I'm thinking, if I'm going to keep on making these, it would benefit me to pay the $25 so I get $50, 50% off. So instead of $9.48, they'll be half of that price. And that would be a little bit more reasonable for me. And I don't know how much reliable it is for someone to go to the States for me, because right now I don't have my passport, and I should, or maybe I should just break down and get my passport again so I can, like, I'm at 45 minutes away from the border to go to Port Huron to pick up anything, right? So maybe my goal should be to get my passport renewed. It's just a lot of money to get it renewed. And maybe I should do that instead so I can go over to the US. But anyways, that's it for today. I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. If not, I don't know what to say. And if you like, please hit that bell button to be notified when I load up a video. And if you like this video, please subscribe. I'd be super tickled pink. And remember, everybody, a little dab will do ya, and see you next time. I haven't said that in a while, so I thought I'd throw it in today. And see you later. I love you all. Bye.